President Trump announces it was Democrats who leaked the Iranian strikes intelligence report out of context to CNN and the New York Times. They should be prosecuted. Get it done. Make an example so the leaking stops. So that was just posted by President Trump. And I think it's important to kind of highlight something that it happened yesterday. And that was the press conference with Pete Hegseth yesterday. And before we play the one from yesterday, I want to play one from 2 days ago from NATO. I got to say, man, I think I would like to see Pete Hegseth as JD Vance's vice president. I think I would like to see Hegseth, a Vance Hegseth ticket. I think that would be incredible because Pete Hegseth is a freaking gangster, dude. Listen to this guy right here.
Mr. Secretary.
Yeah. There's a reason the president calls out fake news for what it is. These pilots, these refuelers, these fighters, these air defenders, the skill and the courage it took to go into enemy territory flying 36 hours on behalf of the American people and the world to take out a nuclear program is beyond what anyone in this audience can fathom. And then the instinct of CNN, the instinct of the New York Times is to try to find a way to spin it for their own political reasons to try to hurt President Trump or our country. They don't care what the troops think. They don't care what the world thinks. They want to spin it to try to make him look bad based on a leak. Of course, we've all seen plenty of leakers. And what do leakers do? They have agendas. And what do? Do they share the whole information or just the part that they want to introduce? And when they introduce that preliminary report that's deemed to be a low assessment, you know what a low assessment means? Low confidence in the data in that report. And why is there low confidence? Because all of the evidence of what was just bombed by 12 30,000-pound bombs is buried under a mountain, devastated and obliterated. So if you want to make an assessment of what happened at Fordo, you better get a big shovel and go really deep because Iran's nuclear program is obliterated. And somebody somewhere is trying to leak something to say, oh, with low confidence, we think maybe it's moderate. Those that dropped the bombs precisely in the right place know exactly what happened when that exploded. And you know who else knows? Iran. That's why they came to the table right away, because their nuclear capabilities have been set back beyond what they thought were possible because of the courage of a commander-in-chief who led our troops, despite what the fake news wants to say.
Dude, this guy is on freaking point. I mean, Hegseth is not messing around. I mean, Trump made a hell of a pick with him, and he caught a lot of criticism. And this is a clip from today with Pete Hegseth right here. Listen to this.
Acknowledge the female pilots that also participated in this mission. The early messages that you sent out only congratulated the boys.
So when I say something like our boys and bombers, see, this is the kind of thing the press does, right? Of course, the chairman mentioned a female bomber pilot. That's fantastic. She's fantastic. She's a hero. I want more female bomber pilots. I hope the men and women of our country sign up to do such brave and audacious things. But when you spin it as, because I say our boys and bombers as a common phrase, I'll keep saying things like that, whether they're men or women. Very proud of that female pilot, just like I'm very proud of those male pilots. And I don't care if it's a male or a female in that cockpit, and the American people don't care. But it's the obsession with race and gender in this department that's changed priorities. We don't do that anymore. We don't play your little games. Yes, right there.
Certain that the uranium was removed.
So good. So good. We don't play your little games, and we're done with it. Everybody is done with the media's bullshit. Everybody. So again, Hegseth completely on point. And he is showing that not only was he was he a good pick for the Secretary of Defense, he was the perfect pick. And here, now he used to work for Fox News. Here he calls out Fox News directly.
Highly enriched uranium. Do you have
certainty that all the highly enriched uranium was inside the Fordo Mountain, or some of it, because there were satellite photos that showed more than a dozen trucks there 2 days in advance. Are you certain none of that highly enriched uranium was moved?
Of course, we're watching every single aspect, but Jennifer, you've been about the worst. The one who
look at the look on her face. He's like, you've been about the worst. And she went full Karen mode on him as soon as he said that. Whoa, boy, the Karen, it was like, I need to speak to the manager.
Jennifer, you've been about the worst. The one who misrepresents the most intentionally what the president says. I'm familiar.
About the ventilation shafts on Saturday night. And in fact, I was the first to describe the B-2 bombers, the refueling, the entire mission with great accuracy. So I take issue with that.
I appreciate you acknowledging that this was the first the most successful mission based on operational security that this department has done since you've been here. And I appreciate that. So we're looking at all aspects of intelligence and making sure we have a sense of what was where.
So she did the meme. So there's the meme right there. And she was very offended. She was very much looking to speak to the manager in that moment. And it was absolutely fantastic. So Hegseth taking absolutely no prisoners. He does not care. He's not playing your games. And, you know, that's the attitude of the Trump administration right now. This is the attitude era. The attitude era is here, ladies and gentlemen.